Welcome to the Duck Dive. Today we're exploring a comprehensive source document detailing libertarian political philosophy, its historical evolution, and its specific role in the 2026 midterms. Our mission is to shortcut your way to understanding this complex political movement and its internal battles without feeling overwhelmed. Now, before we really get going, I have to state a critical rule. Our source material contains politically charged content regarding right-wing and left-wing platforms. We are not taking any sides or endorsing any of these viewpoints. We are simply here to impartially report and convey the ideas contained in the original source material.
Right. Yeah, that is exactly our goal today. We're just breaking down how this entire ideological framework actually functions on the ground.
Okay, let's unpack this. We already know the baseline of libertarianism rests on this absolute doctrine of self-ownership.
And the non-aggression principle.
Right, the NAP. So the real question is how those rigid axioms survive contact with modern electoral politics.
Well, what's fascinating here is how these principles continue to scramble the usual American political map. Like, we're all familiar with the Nolan chart, right?
Which places libertarians in that totally unique space.
Exactly. They align with the right economically to demand laissez-faire markets, but then they align with the left socially to defend civil liberties.
Vehemently rejecting both the left's economic intervention and the right's moral policing.
It's a total rejection of the standard two-party binary.
Here's where it gets really interesting, though. The movement is fiercely divided into factions. You have classical liberals who want a minimal state, then minarchists arguing for a basic night watchman state.
Basically just the absolute bare bones of government.
Right, and they clash directly with the anarcho-capitalists who want to abolish the state entirely.
Yeah, and that philosophical divide practically fractured the party back in 2022 when the right-wing Mises Caucus staged an ideological takeover.
It drove away a lot of the older pragmatist wing, didn't it?
It really did. But even with that rightward shift, the core anti-state DNA remains incredibly potent. I mean, just look at the 2024 Libertarian National Convention.
Oh, when the delegates booed Donald Trump.
Relentlessly booed him. It was this visceral showcase of their absolute rejection of state authoritarianism, totally regardless of who happens to be at the microphone.
So what does this all mean? How do people who inherently hate the state actually go about running for state office?
They rely on highly strategic, localized legal maneuvers. A perfect micro-level example for 2026 is happening right now in Greenfield, Indiana.
Okay, why Greenfield?
Well, the Libertarian Party of Indiana has held on to minor political party status for decades, granting them a massive structural advantage. So rather than burning through funds on expensive petition drives just to challenge major party incumbents.
Which is incredibly hard for third parties.
Oh, nearly impossible. So they use local administrative rules to fill ballot vacancies late in the cycle instead.
Bypassing all those expensive entry barriers just by filing a certificate of vacancy directly with the local circuit court clerk.
That's exactly.
And the reason you, the listener, should care about an administrative loophole in Indiana is because this is the front line. This is how grand philosophical debates over anarcho-capitalism directly impact your local city councils and property taxes.
It turns their philosophical purity into a practical local insurgency. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, the party currently acts as a disruptive ideological vanguard rather than an immediate replacement for the two-party duopoly.
Pulling the broader political discourse toward free markets and individual liberty.
Exactly, even while battling their own internal divides.
Now, as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with a final thought to explore. We talked about those anarcho-capitalist factions wanting to abolish the state entirely.
Right.
But if an anarcho-capitalist society completely privatized the justice system, how would they prevent a simple dispute between two heavily armed, rival private defense agencies from escalating into a full-blown corporate war?